How y'all doing? Welcome back. You know what I'm saying? Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Um, December 25th. Don't burn the candle at both ends. The mind must be given relaxation. It will rise, improve, and sharpen after a good break. Just as the rich fields must not be forced, for they will quickly lose their fertile. If never given a break, so constant work on the anvil will fracture the force of the mind, but it regains its power if it is set free and relaxed for a while. And constant work gives rise to a certain kind of dullness and feebleness in the rational soul. Cynical on the tranquility of mind, 17.5. So one can read Marcus Aurelius and Seneca and not be struck by the difference between these two radical different personalities. Each has their own his own strengths and weaknesses. Which would you rather be entrusted with the M's responsibility of an empire? Probably Marcus. But would you rather be a person? Probably Seneca. One of these reasons, Seneca seems to have had what we would now refer to as work-life balance, whereas Marcus can read through it. He's worn down, tired. Seneca's always feeling energetic, fresh, robust, and his philosophic, said that wrong, philosophical of rest. So what he was saying was of his rest and relaxation intermixed with his righteousness of study and other stoic rituals probably had a lot to do with it. The mind is a muscle like the rest, and it can be strained, overworking, even injured, or physical health is also worn down by overcommitting, a lack of rest, and bad habits. Remember the telltale about John Henry, the man challenged the machine? He died. Excuse me. Remember the telltale John Henry, the man who challenged the machine? He died of exhaustion at the end. Don't forget that. Today you may face things that try your patience, require constant focus or clarity, or demand creativity breakthroughs. Life is a long haul. It will mean many such moments. Are you gonna be able to handle them if you burn the candle at both ends? If you've been abusing and overworking your body. So, what is funny about these guys? Marcus is what you want to be. Let's put it in a way. Do you want to be like Darth Vader? Just constantly. Oh no, not even Darth Vader. Let me try to think something. It's a good comparison of working so much hard that you don't give a break to yourself. You know what? I'm gonna say Travis Kelce right now. He's not having a great season right now, and he's working hard. He's doing a lot. And as you could tell during this football season, because he's been winning a lot of championships, been doing good. The tight end. It just seems like since he's been finding his love, he has a work-life balance, and it's like it doesn't feel like he's interested in football this season. It's like he's more less trying to focus on it, more focused on his love life, more focused on that. When I'm trying to get to the point of why would I compare it to Marcus is more of it looks like he's worn and tired from football, and he's like tired of working so hard. As a football athlete, as a football player, you work constantly, every day. Like their schedules are constantly just filming, watching, and then you get your own time to do the case and be. But he's doing a podcast. He got commercials he got to do. He got to spend time with his girlfriend. He got to spend, he got all these things after being with the practice. After doing work, after doing film. So it's like he don't have time for himself. So you could tell on this season, like yeah, he's doing what he's doing, but he's not really trying really. And it's like he didn't have to try because his team's good, but it's more of he's just really worn out being a football player. Similar to his brother, who just said, I was just pretty much tired. Like football players are working constantly every day, to be the best they can be at the position, but also be the best for their team. And sometimes they could overwhelm themselves sometimes. And I feel like Travis Kelce this season, no disrespect to him and his wonderful girlfriend, he found his love, his life, the case may be. But I'm saying more of his life is, maybe he realized like maybe I'm working too hard than I'm supposed to, and I'm not having a balance. And that's why what's going on this season is him being worn and tired. And you can say, oh, that's not true. You can look at the stats, man. You can look at what's going on. Yeah, he's still doing his good stats, but usually around this season, he's doing what he can do, and it's been rough on the offense for the Kansas City Chiefs. But other than that, I could have said another comparison. I could have said a lot of other people. Even Anthony Edwards on the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's not tired, but as you can tell, like, you know, beginning of this season, how his team was, how their offense is going and stuff. It was just like it wasn't worth it. It felt like it had to do more work and stuff. But now it's like they're rolling. Now it feels like it's not more Marcus. All the rest. But now, who would be Seneca? Who's a good comparison on that? And I will actually say influencers or streamers, or you could say TikTok creator. You could say the comedians like Drewsy, the KCB, those guys who make those kids, the new generation of comedians. The ones like Drewski, I'm trying to forget these banks of, they're having a balance of it. As you can tell by streamers, yeah, they're constantly working, but they could stream anytime. You got that certified fan base who's ready to watch you any single time. And even the Kai Sinats, even the Your Rages, even the to the Aiden Rises, the Low Pause, the Flight Reacts, Cash Nash, AMP, the Case and B, or even just like other people you see on social media, and how they're able to set their schedule how it is because they worked so hard in the past. Now their life is more easier. They don't have to work so hard. They could just work less. So it gives them time more to have a more balance of work and life. That's what Seneca is saying more of. You got to give your mind a rest. A perfect example of me is I've been locked in so much with school and stuff. Like, I kind of left off about my own life. I started hitting on family members, starting hitting my friends. Like, geez, man, I gotta learn how to turn it off and turn it on. Like, you gotta learn how to give your mind a break, but you gotta learn how to understand, like, the more breaks you have, the more you're coming back, and the more you're better and ready. And that's what it is sometimes. Like, even with sports or the case may be working out, whatever the case may be, when you come back, you're better because you gave your mind that rest. You gave your body that great rest it needs. Even if you felt like you didn't want to, you give it what it needs. So then when it comes back, it's more. I got that memory. Okay, we did it before. Now I can do it better. Now I don't have to. I'm not struggling. And it's like that's the constant thing with people working out every day. It's like you got to give your body a 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours. You got to give it a break. That part of that muscle you're working on. If you don't get that break, how are those muscles are coming in? How are you getting them? So as we look for this chapter today on this wonderful Christmas, he's more saying like, don't go hard on one side, Make sure, like how my father told me was, make sure you have a balance of serious and fun. Make sure you're not overriding one of them. And it compares of today is don't burn the candle at both ends. Meaning don't have so much fun. Don't be so much serious, Being balanced. Same thing with, having a work-life balance. Make sure your work is not going over your life. Make sure your life is not going over your work. So you can do things you gotta do, man. Being locked in is a great mentality, but when you're not knowing how to take a break in that locked in mentality, it could come back harsher, You start hear some friends like, yo, we haven't been in touch no more. Oh, this and that, bro. Like, you just gotta do better, You gotta get back to the person you used to be, certain things. So as you grow and things you like happen in your life, the case may be, learn how to work on that and communicate to people, work on that work-life balance, work on having that serious and fun, work on just realizing, yo, bro, I'm going too hard. Let me take a break. It's okay to take a break. You're going to get where you need to go. Understand that. Be proud where you're going. You're starting these small steps. But you got to keep understanding, yo, it's okay to breathe. It's okay to chill out, you know? So I hope you understand from this video today. It's not to just think, oh, you're just yapping. No. Your mind must get relaxed. It is a muscle too. Your mind is your centerpiece, but if the centerpiece don't get breaks sometimes, you don't read sometimes, if you don't be on the phone sometimes, go to sleep early. The case may be, just give your mind a break, or don't even be nothing. Just turn off everything off in your room, or maybe just meditate. Whatever you can, whatever works for you, for your mind to relax, do it. Just understand that everything gonna be alright. You'll get to where you want to be in your life. You're going to get where you need. But make sure you're making those breaks. And sometimes people don't understand that. When you work so hard, you don't understand you're hurting yourself at the end of the day. When you work too much, you understand your body and your mind's getting damage of it. So make sure you're making those wonderful breaks. Make sure you're taking your time. So I think that's all I got to say. Just remember, don't burn the candle at both ends. Remember, don't just be focusing more on work than anything else. Remember, make sure you're having a balance in a working life. Remember, don't be just focusing more on your life and less on your work. Make sure it's a balance. If not, then things will never work out. Things will not work out in your life. Things won't work in your work because there's not a balance. It's not set. It's not right. And you'll know that when things are not looking right in your life. You'll know that when things are messing up at work too. But when you hit it, when it's both, it's in the line. You got the line right here. Oh, you got the line right here. You got life right here. You got life right here. You got work right here. If it's more, both is on the same side. Like it's more like, let's say from this line, and let's say, let me get this piece of paper, right? Let's just say this piece of paper on this side, right? You're more on this side. You see where it is? Then you're gonna have more work, and you're more work. Then your life, it's just gonna be not there anymore. All is you on is work. Then what's about your friends? What about your family? What about your spiritual? What about things that you gotta do? Then you tend to care about anyone but yourself. So you're on this selfish arc right now. You're on this selfish arc. But wait, what if you're more life? What if you're more this side? Same thing. This is gonna go away. But when you're on this though, instead of being more selfish, you be more selfless. So then you're more focusing. You're sacrificing yourself more for people, putting them before your life, putting their life, health, everything, all that before you. And that's not gonna work well for yourself at all. Now let's say you don't do that. What if it's in the middle? I'm not gonna do no line. Then look, this is gonna be up, and look, and this is still gonna be up. So then that shows that the middle is where you need to be, right on the center. Same thing with, if we put it, I'm not gonna put it in religion. We're not gonna put that in, but let's say with God. God wouldn't want you to put him first in your life. He wouldn't want you to put him in the center. Why? Because he knows that it's better when you put them in the center in your life than in the first. Same with family, same with friends. You got to make sure it's a center of a lot of things. Always the middle is the best option most of the time because things work better. Why do you think 50% works in certain times when it's a relationship with paying bills, or the case may be, insurance, or whatever y'all doing financially, that line middle. It's not always 100. Oh no, you do 70, you 30. That middle, that half, that 1.5, that line in the middle is always perfect on it. So when I'm trying to get to the point, that center, same thing similar to God, that center, man, not one, but in the center of your life. So the same thing with the work and life balance. Make sure it's in the center, the middle, not one side, not the other side, because it's not gonna work with the line as I showed you. So I hope you understand that. Don't burn your candle at both ends. Make sure you're having a great balance of work, and life. So this balance never goes on one side or the other, and it's just in the center, or also as known as in the middle. So I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. Hope you had a wonderful presents, and I see you again on the next day. Adios, adios, luego, amigos. Ciao.